In this video, I will tell you about the Express tools of AutoCAD. So Express tools are simply the tools which are not yet fully accepted into the AutoCAD program, and you can say that these are standby tools which may or may not be added in the future versions of AutoCAD depending upon their usability and requirement. So you can find all of the Express tools on this Express tools tab. So when you go to this tab, you'll see lots of Express tools, and there are quite helpful tools present on this Express tools tab. So now let's have a look at some of these Express tools, and I'll start with the arc aligned text. Now let's say that you want to write a text which is aligned along an arc, and for that you can simply use this arc aligned text. But before that we need to have the arc. So I'll go to home, click on arc, and now let's make it. So here is the arc. Now I'll go to Express tools, select this arc aligned. Now click on the arc. And now you can write the text. So let's type AutoCAD 2018 complete course. And there we have it. So we have the text. Now you can change some of these settings. For example, the text style, the font, and its layer assignment. So here red is selected. You can keep it at by layer option, which will be selected by default, or you can change it from this list. So let's change it to green in this case. Now here we have the text height, which also you can change, the offset value and the width factor, and many other different values. So I'll keep these settings and click on OK. And there we have it. So right now the text is really very small and we need to change some of these parameters. For that, you can simply double click on it. Now from this property panel, you can once again modify its properties. For example, here we have the height. Let's change this height value to 0.8 and press enter. Now it's quite visible, but we can change it even further. So I'll change it to 1.2 and press enter. Now it's looking good. So we have the width factor here. Let's change this value to 1.2, and that looks good. So I'll close it and I'll press escape key, and there we have it. Now this text is completely related with this arc, and if you change the dimensions of this arc, the text will change. For example, in this case, I'm reducing its length and the text will fit automatically according to the length of arc. So let's now erase it. Now there is also another tool which is Burst, and this tool can be used as a replacement of Explode tool. So to explain this, I'll select a new block which I've already made in this drawing. So I'll click on Insert and I'll import this block. Now as you can see that this is an attributed block which has attributes. So I'll type room number here. So let's type 24 as the room number and the name as Alex, and click on OK. So there we have it. We have the occupant name and 24 as the room number in this room tag attributed block. Now I'll make one more copy of this. So I'll go to copy, select it, press enter, and make a copy. Now we have these two blocks. Now in first case, let's select it and let's explode it. So I'll type X and press enter. And there we have it. Now the block is obviously exploded and it is reduced to its original components. In this case, we have the polyline, the line, and also these attribute values. So you can see here on the flyout, we have attribute definition. Here also, this is an attribute. Now, what if we want to keep the original attribute values, which are these two values, the Alex and 24 room number? Now for that, you can use Burst Express tool. So I'll go to Express tool, and instead of exploding it, I'll select Explode Attributes, which has a command equivalent Burst. So select it, select the block and press enter. There we have it. Now once again, this is exploded. We have the polyline and line. Also we have it as text, but now the original attribute text value is retained. In a similar way, we have another useful Express tool here in AutoCAD, and in order to use it, I need to unhide an object. So I'll go to this end object isolation and I'll click on end object isolation. Now here I have got these two texts which I have already made in this drawing, and I have isolated this text. Now here in this case, we have this as mtext. So when you double click on this, you'll see that this text editor will open up because it's an mtext. Now I'll close it. Now if I double click on this text, the text editor will not open. That simply indicates that it's a single line text unit. Now if you want to convert this single line text into mtext, you can use this convert to mtext express tool, and its command equivalent is txt to mtxt, as you can see on the flyout also. So now I'll click on this convert to mtext, select this single line text value and press enter. And here we have it. It's now converted into mtext. Now if you double click on this, you'll see that this text editor will be visible and you can modify it just like any mtext element. So I'll click outside and there we have it. So these are the 3 Express tools which are quite frequently used. I invite you to explore the remaining Express tools on this Express Tools tab.